welcome everyone. I'm Ramchandra Dhunukshe. Today I'm going to talk about three best dictionary applications you must use if you are learning English or if you are working on improving your English language skills. Most importantly, these applications work offline. It means even though you're not connected to internet, you can use them. You know what? Some people say, I really want to improve my English, but when they're asked which dictionary do you use or how frequently do you open the dictionary to look for a word into it, the answer is really disappointing. Making use of dictionary is really important in the journey of improving your English and communication skills. Why I am saying this? Is it really that important? Imagine you are going for an exam without taking your pen, pencil, or other writing material. Or imagine you are a warrior and you are going on a battle without taking your weapons with you. Or imagine you want to paint your house. Can you do it without a paintbrush? In the same way, using dictionary is really essential if you want to learn English, if you want to improve your English language skills. Dictionary not only helps you to improve your vocabulary, it also helps you to learn and understand grammar more effectively. How? I will show you. In order to show you which applications you should download, how to use them, and what are the different features available, I have to take you to my mobile screen. So here we are. Please note that the apps I'm talking about, I have been using them for quite some time. So let's go to the Play Store and uh, type in the search bar English dictionary and search for it. The first of the three dictionary apps I'm going to talk about is this one. I have it already installed in my mobile. So let me just open it. And now I'm going to explain how I use it and how it is beneficial for you. Let me tell you, this is an English to English dictionary. I know some of you may have difficulty in understanding English, and it is obvious because this is why you are working on improving your English. Even though you are a beginner, even though you have difficulty in understanding English completely, I suggest that you should start using English to English dictionary like this. There is no harm, it only helps you to understand more. Maybe there is this question in your mind now. What do I do if I don't understand the meaning in the English to English dictionary? Don't worry. I'm going to talk about not just one dictionary app, but I will tell you about two more apps that will help you in this regard. Just keep watching carefully till the end. I'm sure most of your doubts will be cleared. I will tell you everything step by step. We will even take some examples to understand how to use these applications more effectively and how to get maximum knowledge from them. So let's look for a word here. Let's say contagious. 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 The very first thing that you see over here is etymology. Etymology is the origin and history of a particular word. If you're not interested in it, just let it go. The second thing you should look at is pronunciation. And you get pronunciation in two ways. The first thing is you see here a speaker icon. If you click on it,
Contagious. Contagious.
if you click on it, you get to listen to the audio pronunciation of that particular word. There is another option to get to know the pronunciation. This section here you see IPA. IPA is International Phonetic Alphabets. Here you see the symbols that explain how this particular word is pronounced. This is useful for language experts. If you are not aware about it and if you're not interested, just leave it. But I suggest you just take a casual look at this phonetic transcription every time you look for a word in the dictionary, and after a few days you will get a rough idea of what it is about. I'm not going into the details because that is not the topic that we are discussing. The next thing that we see over here is Watch my video Presentation Skills Part 1 by clicking on the I button in the upper right corner, or you can watch it later. Just go to the description and click on the link given. See, adjective, that is the part of speech of the word. This word is used as adjective, and then we see the meaning. Three different meanings are given over here. The first, you see, if it is related to disease, when we say contagious disease, it means the disease that is easily transmitted to others. Even you will see an example sentence over here. In the similar way, the meaning of the word in different contexts is given. I'm not going to read it all. After this, you will see synonyms, antonyms, and translation of this word into various different languages, especially the foreign languages. If you are not interested in this, just forget about it. But in case if you are interested in any other foreign language, you will get a translation over here. Now let's go for some other word. In the search bar, I will type say schedule, schedule, schedule or schedule. I will touch on the speaker icon. Schedule. You get to listen to the pronunciation. And here, if you see, the British pronunciation is given, which is schedule. In American version, it is pronounced as schedule. And in India, the popularly accepted pronunciation is schedule. So in this way, you get different versions of pronunciation if you are interested in it. And the audio that you listen to, for example, schedule. The audio that you are listening now is American pronunciation. Schedule. The reason is the search engine installed in this phone is set to American pronunciation. There is no specific reason why I have got the American pronunciation installed. Both versions, American, British, or any other accepted version is all right, no problem. If I change it to British, you will hear British pronunciation. We can change it according to our choice. I will show you how to do it afterwards. Then let's look at some other word, say run, R-U-N, run. You see here, run, it's verb, okay, and here you see complete information about the forms of this particular verb. The first word that you see, runs, this is third person singular form. Then you see present participle running. Then you see past form ran and past participle run. After this, you will see the meaning and how to use this particular word in different contexts. Everyone knows run is an intransitive verb. If you're not sure what is transitive and intransitive, just forget about it. You can learn it afterwards. But let me tell you this, a dictionary really helps you in studying grammar. As I said, everyone knows run is an intransitive verb. But if you are good at English, if you're a language expert, I'm sure you will not be surprised to know that this verb run can also be used in a transitive meaning. For example, run your dog, or run your vacuum cleaner, or run your fingers through your hair, like this. So what I want to say here is you get all the information that you need. One more thing, run is also used as noun and sometimes adjective as well. You see here, run is also used as noun sometimes, and it is also used as adjective. Let's see over here. See. So what I want to say here is you get all the required information. You just need to know how to look for it. Another word, let's say power. See the meaning of this word in two different contexts, in social context and in scientific or physical or in physics. What it means, it is given over here. Then again, if you look over here in mathematics, what is the meaning of this particular word? When we say x to the power of n, all the explanation is given over here. So no matter which area, which field you are associated with, the meaning that you need is all here. Watch my video Presentation Skills Part 2 by clicking on the I button in the upper right corner, or you can watch it later. Just go to the description and click on the link given. Another thing I want to ask you people, I will write a word here. Do you know this word? COMMENT. How do you pronounce it? Some people pronounce it as comment and some people pronounce it as comment. Which one is correct? So let's see. I will search this word COMMENT and let's touch on the speaker icon. Comment. It's comment. Comment. Another interesting thing I want to show you is this word, say panic. Okay. Panic. Panic. So if you look at this word's meaning as verb, and if you look at this particular section, look at the spelling. The third person singular form is panics. It's okay. Present participle, panicking. Before adding ing as suffix, an additional letter K is added to it. Panicking, PANICKING. The same thing is with the past tense and past participle. So you learn these things, not only pronunciation, but even spelling, usage, parts of speech, forms of verb, and many things that you need to learn English. Now, I will tell you a few things about the settings of this app. If you click on this section, 3 lines that you see, a panel will be there. And if you go to the settings section, there are many things that you can look at. You can look at it afterwards. What I want to show you, what is more important here, is this one, text to speech. If you open it, you see here there is option. I suggest you turn it on, enable text to speech. Then language, you can set a language of your choice, and most importantly text to speech settings and speech rate. We'll look at it. So language, you have two options, you can select as per your choice. Then you see this text to speech settings. Here you see speech rate and pitch. You can adjust according to your choice. For example, if I increase the speech rate, this is an example of speech synthesis in English. If I increase the pitch, this is an example of speech synthesis in English. If I touch on reset, it will be reset to the original settings. And if I touch on play now, this is an example of speech synthesis in English. You can go to this settings option over here, and the thing I want you to look at is this intonation. If you change the intonation, you see the difference. There are 3 options. If you keep it on flat, go back, play. This is an example of speech synthesis in English. Go to settings again, intonation, somewhat expressive, back, play. This is an example of speech synthesis in English. Settings, intonation, expressive, go back, and let's see the difference. This is an example of speech synthesis in English. This sounds better, so I suggest you put it on expressive always. Okay, now If you do not understand the meaning clearly with the help of English to English dictionary, the next step you should take is use a dictionary that gives you translation of English words into your local language and vice versa. Means you need an application which can translate words from your language into English. Go to the Play Store and type innovative software in the search bar and search. You will see numerous dictionary apps in different Indian local languages. I have Hindi and Marathi already installed in my mobile. So let's open this one. Let's take an example here. Assume you want to translate this sentence into English. इस सवाल का जवाब लिखो. How will you translate? Write an answer to this question. Correct. Now if you want to translate this sentence, मुझे आपका जवाब मिला. Can you say I received your answer? So answer doesn't seem appropriate here. So let's find an appropriate word for the word jawab in Hindi. I'm typing the word jawab in the search bar. And the different options that are available here are answer, respond, reply. Which one is the appropriate? What do you think? Yes, this word reply is the most appropriate in this case. I received your reply. In this way you can find appropriate word for the word that you use in your local language. Let's search for some another word. Let's type an English word in this search bar. The word that we have already seen, contagious, contagious. Let's see what is the translation. See, sankramak, sansargik, or even here sparshajanya. Let's look for this word in Marathi dictionary as well. English Marathi dictionary. Here you can translate English into Marathi, Marathi into English, any way you want. Let me type this word contagious. And the translation that we get is sansargik, sparshane pasarnara. Now it's time to go to the third important app, and that is Thesaurus. Let's type here Thesaurus. If we search, we get numerous options. The one that I use is this one. Install this. Thesaurus gives you a list of synonyms and antonyms. Synonyms means the words having similar meaning, and antonyms means the words having opposite meaning. This app also works offline. It is useful, easy to use, small in size, and no ads. Let's look for a word here. Let's first take the same word that we have seen previously. Contagious, contagious. Here you see the list of words having similar meaning, that means synonyms, and there is one word given here that is antonym having opposite meaning. Now if you remember, we also get synonyms and antonyms in the first English to English dictionary app that we have seen. Then why this app? The reason is we get more words to choose from in this app. Now let's look at some other word. Let's see speak. Here you see the word speak has three different meanings: utter, make a speech, or converse. These three different meanings have numerous synonyms, means numerous words having similar meaning. You can choose any word that suits your purpose. Let's look for one more word, say competence. And the synonyms are ability, adequacy, adroitness, capability. The antonyms are inability, inadequacy, incompetence. In this video, I talked about 3 offline dictionary apps. The first we talked about was this English to English dictionary app. In this dictionary, you get etymology, pronunciation, both audio and IPA, different meanings in different contexts and example sentences, part of speech of that particular word, different forms of verb, synonyms, antonyms, translation in some foreign languages, etc. Then I talked about this English to local language dictionary, the one that you are comfortable with, you can download. Here you can get translation of words in English into your local language and vice versa. Then the third one was thesaurus. This gives synonyms and antonyms. Actually, we get synonyms and antonyms in the first English to English dictionary app that we have seen, this one. But in thesaurus, we get more detailed information. Well, that was it. I want maximum students to be benefited with this video. So share it with your friends. And please share with me your experience, or do let me know if you have any doubts. Leave a comment or write me on my email given in the description and let me know how is your English learning going on. I wish you good luck. Thank you so much for watching the video. Keep watching, keep learning. Have a nice time ahead. Goodbye.